Hi, if it's your intention to look after your body, to feel your best, to slow down the aging process and to have a younger spine, then please join me today for a great stretch for your spine. Keeping your spine young is the goal. So you need 2 or 3 pillows or a yoga bolster. That's about all you need. And your body. Okay, first if it's cold wherever you are, then you should do a little bit of warming up around your spine first. And even if it's warm, it's good to move your spine or mobilize your spine before we start holding the Yin Yoga stretches, which are quite intense. So it's a good idea to warm up around your spine. So start moving your spine. This is one way of moving your spine. Flex, extend. There's lots of ways you can do it. You can do it like I am, like that. You can also do it push, pull, like this. Push, squeeze your belly. Pull, squeeze your shoulder blades in. And already you'll feel a little bit warmer. And there's also that, but try to keep your back straight. So this is called flexing the spine, extending. That's flexing, that's extending. That's flexing the hips, that's extending the hips. So get your spine moving and also the side to side movement. This is safer if you have an injury. Just reach one arm up, one arm down. Or if you want to make it a bit more intense, see I've made a gun with my fingers. I've got my feet together. And that's if you don't have any injuries. Oh, my necklace is banging on the microphone. So... Sorry, a little pearl. So that's very important, side to side movement. Don't get stiff there. Keep working on that. Keep an eye on your waist, because if your waist gets stiff, your whole spine goes in this direction. And then rotation. I quite like this one. Be careful of your knees if you're doing this one. You can also just do this, bend your knees a bit. There's lots of ways to rotate your spine. This is quite nice as well. I like this one. It's very relaxing. Nice floppy arms. And then just move your spine. And if you're really cold and you've had a sitting day, you're doing nothing all day, then get a little bit of HIIT. So run on the spot as fast as you can for about 20-30 seconds. Do that 3 times. So that would be good. If you're getting plenty of exercise and cardiovascular exercise, then you don't have to do that because you're here for the stretch today. You've searched up stretch, so we'll give you that. So we're going to just hold for 2 minutes in each position, and I'll give options for if you are more flexible or if you're a bit of a stiffer in your body, and options if you have an injury, if you have back pain as well. First, sitting or lying with a straight spine. And just tuning into your spine and your body. You don't need to know your anatomy to know how important your spine is to your overall health, your general health. Breathe into your belly, your diaphragm, in through your nose, conscious breathing in and out through your nose. This is a meditative practice, so as we stretch, we'll also be practicing mindfulness meditation. So being present in the moment, no judging, just accepting your body and being grateful for your body. If you find that hard, then that would be something to work on for being happier and healthier. So say to your body, I care for you. I'm going to give you a good stretch. Tell your spine, I care for you. I'm going to stretch you and keep you freed up, prevent you getting stiffer as you get older. So make that promise to your spine, yourself. I'm going to work on my body regularly, consistently, to slow down aging. So first position is a side stretch. There's lots of ways you can do it. So if you have a really, really sore back and knee, you can just lie on your side and stretch like that. Otherwise, if it's okay, you could do gate pose. We'll stretch our left side first. So I'll have my back to you for a moment. So that's one option like that. You might need a blanket under your knee. If you're more flexible, I'll be a mirror right now. If you're more flexible, you might do this one. But some people, you're a bit like this, so you're better off doing the gate pose. So mirror me, you have your left arm up. But don't worry too much, just do one side. So this is one way of doing it. I'm going to start the timer now for 2 minutes. So with gate pose, lifting out of the lower spine, if you're doing this option, lift up. That's more important than going here. A lot of people sort of go here. Lift up. And then a little bit of side stretch. With your head, you can look down for a bit, forward, look up for a bit. Just play around try to get your head and your neck comfortable. If it gets too much to hold the arm up, you can give it a break. And try bent elbow, lifting the elbow up as well. But just hold the stretch and try to relax. There's also this option for those of you who have more flexible bodies. And still you're trying to do the same with your head and your chest and your elbow lifting. And you can play around with the different angles. The most important thing, what do you think that is in yoga, in exercise? What's the most important thing in yoga? I ask my students this all the time and they go, breathing. Yes, breathing is important. Alignment is important. But the most important thing is enjoying where you're at right now, enjoying the exercise, enjoying the stretching, trying to relax. You've got 30 more seconds, so get a little bit more stretch now. If you're very flexible, you can grab that foot, but you're still trying to turn the chest up. And because it's the first thing in the morning where I am, my body's still a bit cold, so I'm not going to go that far. One more breath in and out. To come out, if you're either pose, engage the core to lift your body safely out of the pose. Just center up for a moment and just notice the right and the left side. And you will notice, as the yogis say, the prana. That's the circulation. Vital, youthful energy, I call it, prana. So the other side. So you're either doing like this, or like this. I'll just mirror you, so I'll be doing the opposite side. So maybe you're doing this one. I'm doing this one today, so do the one that's right for you. That's advanced yoga. I'm starting the 2 minutes. Advanced yoga is getting the pose right for your body, accepting your body, enjoying, being grateful. The biology of your thoughts. Your thoughts do make a difference in your immune system, in your muscles, even in your bones, definitely in your gut, your heart rate, your cardiovascular system. Every cell is connected. So try to have positive thoughts, being grateful, loving your body. No one's perfect. I'm very short. I'm 5'3", got short little legs, no waist, but I'm making the most of what I've got. I've got the best body I can have for a 49-year-old, and that's all I want. Just you want to be the best you can be, and stretching is amazingly good for you. Always feel so relaxed. It's the best form of stress release. Also working on your body, slowing down the tendency to get stiff as we get older, so we don't have to get stiffer. Really get that lift out of your lower spine. Try to turn your chest up. It's a little bit longer here, a few more breaths, a little bit more intensity in that stretch. If your waist gets short, then you can't reach us. It's your lats, it's your spine. It's also connected to your full breath in the lateral side chest. Okay, and moving from the core to lift out. Coming back to the center. Connected to your breath, diaphragmatic breath, belly in and out through the nose. So you've lengthened your waist. Very, very, very good thing to do, especially if you're a swimmer. The next one is extension. So we don't want to get rounded. We sit too much already. So let's take our spine to extension. So we'll do 2 minutes in Sphinx pose, and some of you might try Cobra. So this is Sphinx pose, and I'm starting the 2 minutes. So start with this, and then I will give options to do it a little bit more. Now, if you always bend into the same part of the spine, if you always do it the same way, then that part of the spine will keep getting looser, but other parts will just get stiffer. So you do want to try to target different parts of the spine in these spinal extensions or back bends. So bending into the lower back is good, but not always just bending there. That's usually the bendier bit. So I'm going to try doing a posterior pelvic tilt, so pubic bone towards breastbone. And I'm going to try and bend my middle back, my thoracic a bit more, lift the chest. And then try a little bit more neck, looking up. If you're a bit more flexible, you could put your hands where your elbows are and come up. So if it was a night, even in class, or if I was actually doing my YouTube video at night, I would be going quite deeply because it's cold here right now. And I just got out of bed. The family's still asleep. They might make an appearance soon. I'm just going to stick with this. Also you can be totally passive in true Yin Yoga and you hold for a really long time. But this is Yin style, so we are holding for a bit longer, but we can put a little bit of active lift. So lift out of the chest, try to move the tailbone towards the back of your mat and the breastbone towards the front. And you've just got one more breath here. And then slowly using your arms to come out of that one. Just pause at the center. Neutral spine, so we're not side bending, we're not arching, just come back to neutral. Connecting, keeping that focused mind present, looking inward, looking after our body, feeling our breath, connecting into a deeper part of ourselves when we're connecting to our breath. It's powerful, incredibly healing. Okay, the next one is spinal flexion. So if you are stiffer, then this would be better, especially if you get back pain. So if you're more flexible, you might go a bit further like this. Some people have their legs straight, so you want to bend a bit more at the hips. And don't worry about flexibility. There's nothing wrong with being stiff. But I'm starting the 2 minutes, and you want to get that lift out of the lower spine. Slight anterior tilt, so pull your sit bones back. So some of you, this is better. All you need to do is feel a stretch, the back of the legs and the back of the spine, and try to get it quite even. And again, if you're doing this video in the morning, then your muscles are not, your blood isn't as thin, your muscles are actually more cold, so you actually don't stretch as far. Just feeling your body. Lift out of your lower spine. And exhale, try to relax into it. A little bit of lift on the inhale. Try to get a little bit more release into the stretch on the exhale. Try to keep the feet quite just together, just not like that too much. A little bit of spread into the toes. We're trying to keep even our toes younger, not just our spine. Just check that the tops of the shoulders haven't crept up. Keep them down. Stay relaxed around the neck. And try to keep the weight equal on the right and left side. And then one more breath in and out. Maybe you could press pause on the remote control if you need to hold the stretch for longer. Final exhalation. Engage the core. Think a deep apple core to come out. I've got a great video for the core. I'll put that link up. Core stability. So you should work on that too, not just stretching, not just flexibility. Okay, the next one is rotation. I'm going to give you two options depending on your back. So if you know you're a little bit stiffer, most people are stiffer and there's nothing wrong with that. I'll show you. You bend your right knee in like that, and then you bring your right knee over and reach and look to the right. That's the one option. And that's beautiful. You won't miss out on any benefits. If you are a bit more flexible, see here, you can have your right knee on top and turning to the right like this. Now, if you're doing this one, then make sure you're not like this. So get that lift. Also, you could sit on a block if you know your yoga. And if you're learning yoga on YouTube, if you can, get to a class in your local area with a teacher that's checking your alignment. Just make sure you do know what you're doing a little bit. Because technique over the years is important. I think yoga on YouTube is for people that have done a little bit of yoga. I think you should learn it with a real teacher. So we're just holding this for 2 minutes now. So you're either doing the one I'm doing, lift the chest, you have your right knee on top, turn to the right. Or you're doing this one, right knee in, right knee across, look to the right. So feel that rotation through the spine. So when you're turning to the right, you're opening out the left side of your spine. So can you feel the left side of the neck is more open? The left shoulder blade's pulling away. And you're trying to soften into the right side. Try to get that length through the crown of the head. Croaky voice this morning. Try to get your head in the right place. Lengthen and rotate. Try to soften into it. Be as relaxed as you can be. We need good rotation for a lot of things in life, especially a lot of sports like swimming and tennis and surfing and golf and just putting on a seatbelt and just moving freely. Next exhalation, final exhalation. And then centering up. And just lie on your back if you're lying, or just sit, straighten out your legs and squeeze a little bit around the knees after having one knee a little bit in a bent, slightly twisted for some of us. So just be mindful of stabilising into the knees after some of these stretches in yoga. Okay, so the other side. So if you're lying on your back, pull your left knee in and then bring it across. Or your left knee over your right knee. And if you're sitting, get that length out of your spine and turning to the left. I'm starting 2 minutes. Now, of course, it's a little bit of a abductor or outer hip thigh release, as well as the spinal rotation. Keep your face soft and your eyes steady or your eyes closed. This is going to help you to get more into that relaxed state, which is so beneficial for us. Feel your belly moving when you breathe in and out. Try to keep that reach through the crown, whether you're sitting or lying. Get that maximum length through your spine, and then just soften into the rotation. And feeling how the right shoulder blade is pulling away, the right side of the neck is lengthening out or opening more. You're trying to soften on the left side, and you might feel your left hip get a little stretch too, outer hip. Try to consciously relax into your body, into the pose. And then one more breath in and out. Slowly coming out of the pose. And just squeeze around your knees. Okay, we'll just iron out the spine after that one, after that twist. So come to all fours and the good old cat-cow or spinal mobilization. Do this every day. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the belly, lengthen the belly. This really gets the blood flow moving too. Spinal disc hydration, stimulating the gut, peristalsis, nothing getting sluggish or stagnant. Yoga is the best form of exercise to slow down aging. But you should also get out there and run around or ride around or walk up hills and do what you love. But yoga there's nothing better than yoga for keeping your spine loose. We're doing one more extension because that's what we need the most because we sit too much. You shouldn't sit for more than 4 hours a day, but it's really hard. So if you have to sit a lot for your work, I run a yoga studio and I actually have to sit a lot, doing a lot of admin, a lot of emails. And now I'm doing YouTube, so I'm sitting way more. So just keep breaking it up. Now, a bolster is ideal, but if you don't have a bolster, just pile up some pillows or some folded blankets. And if you're more flexible, you might need more height. So I'm just going to put a bit more. I'm going to have a blanket as well. But some of you, just the blanket will be enough. So play around with your spine here and get it right for you. You can also have something under your head. Okay, and you can have your arms up or your arms, play around with your arms. And I'm just starting 2 minutes. I try to have the prop in the stiffest part, in the thoracic spine. Just try to feel the stretch out through the front of the spine. So it's spinal extension, just nice and passive. So you don't have to use your arm muscles like in Sphinx or Cobra. And you're trying to soften into the back. So if it's uncomfortable in the lower back or neck, you need to play around with your props. So you're getting that stretch in the front, but you can relax into it. And you can have really passive legs and arms, or you can have active and reaching. You can play around with that as well. Some days it's good to just be passive and sometimes a bit more active. Feeling your body breathing. Really make the yoga powerful, healing, not just stretching and thinking about what you have to do. And really be practicing meditation, having deep benefits into your brain, into your chemistry, into every part of you, particularly your immune system. It's all about balancing nervous system, endocrine system, immune system, muscles. Oh, sorry. And then one more breath. You can press pause if you'd like to stay for longer. It feels really good. To come out, you could bend your knees and roll to the side, bend on it, one knee and roll, or you could firm up your belly and lift out of it. And then you can choose to put your legs up, sit, or just lie on your back to finish. So even if it's just 1 minute, or even 30 seconds, don't rush off. This is a powerful moment at the end of a yoga practice or a meditation. Really grasp those moments in life where you can really do the work, set your intention or your goals, visualization, affirmations. So when you first wake up in the morning, catch that moment and know what you want. Be clear in what you want in life. And also just before sleep, and in yoga, especially the beginning and the end, or meditation. So set your intention, visualize how you want to be. No one's perfect. We can all work on something and improve somewhere in our life, our person. And just like at the beginning, feeling into our spine, into our body right now. Acceptance. We're doing our best. Tell your body you're grateful. If you find yourself complaining because you're getting older and you're complaining about that stiff hip or the stiff back, some people don't get to grow old and get your stiff hip. And next week, we're going to be working on Yin Yoga for stiff hips, so you get a really intense stretch around your hip joints. So hopefully you can do that class next week. Bend your knees, roll to the side, and I'll also put up another good video that I think you'd enjoy, which is a bit more cardiovascular. So thanks so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye.